Clip.co University. Okay, question is, how do you craft a good hook? I want to kick this off with an example because I think it's all too common. You were at a mastermind the other night and someone had the hook, what, about vintage perfume?
The hook was, here are 5 vintage perfumes in my closet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't
wait.
know.
So pause. If you're trying to, the hook is the most important thing, right? That's where you should spend all of your time, 80, 100% of your time, not 100%. Spend 80% of your time on the hook. To think that a random viewer on the internet or wherever is going to watch that and care, right? Because you also need to answer the question, what's in it for me as the viewer? So the hook is like, here are the 5 vintage perfumes I have in my closet. Nothing to do with me. So how would we make it better?
Well, one, take yourself out of it.
Oh.
Okay. I don't care about your closet. I really don't. That's not like a juicy detail that's gonna like stop me from scrolling. I need, okay, give me one singular perfume, like focus on one thing, one perfume that I recognize. So I don't know who makes perfume, but like Tom Ford, or
Chanel,
Louis Vuitton, Chanel's probably
Saint Laurent.
The most recognizable thing, and give me some like counterintuitive fact about them, whatever like the juiciest thing is that got your attention in the first place. You want to be like, hey, this Chanel perfume costs $5 million, but how the hell do they charge so much? Or like something of like, here is the counterintuitive fact about something that you recognize. Now let me give you the breakdown of why it's, how it happens, why it's.
I have another good example that happened on the fly for me during a strategy call with a client. He wanted to make a video about the world's most expensive camera. And I'm like, dude, I love cameras and I don't care about that idea. However, what we ended up to be clear, like if I camera guy don't care about it, who the heck would? So then we go the world's most expensive camera. Well, he didn't have a hook. He had an idea. And he was like, let's figure out.
I was going to say, I like that hook.
Okay. Well,
it gets better. The world's most expensive camera.
It gets better. So, because we got to latch onto some recognizability, some celebrity, something that's relatable for a broad audience. So we go on and I YouTube like the world's most expensive camera. We find that it's like this Hasselblad camera. I'm like, I love cameras. I don't really care. And I'm being hyperbolic. But then I go and I click on this video that like a Wall Street Journal or Business Insider did. And I'm like, okay, how did they hook? And what they did is in the first 5-10 seconds of the video, they don't do anything. They don't say anything about the world's most expensive Hasselblad camera. What they do is they're like, hey, viewer, are you familiar with these photos? And they show a very famous photo that everyone would know, Apollo moon landing. Next photo, Beatles Abbey Road cover. Third photo, like Michelle Obama presidential portrait. Very famous photos. They hit you with that. That's the one. And then the 2 punches like, oh, by the way, these were all taken on the world's most expensive camera. Enter Hasselblad. And it's like, now I care because I care about Apollo and Beatles and Michelle Obama. So they use some pop culture to trick me into caring about this expensive Hasselblad camera.
I like how you go from what's like a decent hook, which is like, this is the world's most expensive camera. And now you're basically appealing to like anyone that's ever used a camera or cares about them. It's like decent, right? Total market size is kind of big. But the market size of people that care about the moon landing, or what do you say, Michelle Obama, or like
Beatles, Abbey Road.
Beatles. Yeah, it's like, that's the entire world. So now you just opened up your top of the funnel to the whole world, and you can still teach the same. Yeah, nice funnel. Teach the same points. It just starts with like a really broad, relevant to a lot of people, recognizable idea.